All right, guys, so another good way to off-balance somebody from this position. So we went over doing a knee to knee, getting on our opposite hip and off-balancing our opponent. But sometimes, for whatever reason, the guy just has really good base, and we can't do that. And a lot of times guys will angle off. We'll kind of step this back leg back where I really don't have a great angle to attack. If you watch Gordon, he kind of passes from here a lot, and then he'll control the feet and like start to pass right here. So what I'm looking to do is, still want to get him down to a knee, but my knee to knee is just not that strong right here because his knee is facing kind of this direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my hips up in the air, almost like I'm doing a hip thrust. I do this, and as I do that, I want to hook behind his far hamstring. And I want the back of my knee to kind of cover his quad. So I'm doing this right here. So see how I'm like hooking the back leg, and I'm putting weight on his quad. I can do a big pendulum. I can start to knock him down right here. So obviously if I knock him down, that's great. A lot of times the better guy would just drop to a knee, and then we can go back into our inversion because he's going to be on a single knee. So for this, I come a little bit higher by the calf. Just in general, when you guys are controlling someone's leg, like grabbing mid-calf close to the knee gives you better control versus grabbing the ankle. Like this is not that strong. It's one thing if we're doing things we're doing before, but in general, I like to be kind of right here. So I do this hip thrust, my hips come off the mat, I hook behind, and I open this up and start to off-balance Zane, and he drops to a knee. Now my reverse Elihiba hook comes back in, I slide down towards the ankle, and I hit my inversion. Just like this. So I'm getting this foot off the mat, my knee is coming to my chest, and I'm inverting right here. If you guys are struggling with that particular inversion, you can absolutely switch to the underhook. But again, I do feel that it's not as strong and not as effective. So my hips come up right here, elbows nice and tight. I off balance him this way, getting Zane down to a knee. I put my foot on the mat momentarily. Now I'm lifting that leg off the mat, and I hit my inversion. So you guys notice with the last one too, I kind of re-angle myself a little bit with a quick kind of shrimp. So my hips come up, I off balance him. Now my foot goes on the mat for a second, and now I'm kind of squaring myself back up. We go back to our inversion. If I wanted to switch to my underhook inversion, I could do that as well. That's fine too. That may feel easier for you guys. Just one more time. This off balance is just really strong, even just for sweeping someone. Like I just lift him up and just knock him all the way down. But if he does come back up to a knee, so I lift my hips up, I open that space up, he's on a knee, and I hit my inversion. Now we're back in the same position. All right, so this is just another good way to off-balance someone. Again, we kind of want to get that weight on the back leg, and getting them down to a knee is a good way to do that. So this is really powerful.